Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about retrospectives or retros. Retros are a critical part of the agile development process because they help teams iterate and continue to improve over time. But they're also used outside of development in other business projects as well. And let's face it, no project is ever executed flawlessly, so it's important for us to sit back and reflect on how we can improve in the future. There are many approaches and tools to retrospectives, and I'm not going to go into any of those here. You can look those up on Google and find the right ones for your team. Instead, I want to share a trick that I use to make my retrospectives way more effective with my teams. But first, I want to acknowledge that retros can be intimidating. After all, some companies refer to retros as postmortems, which literally means after death. Maybe not the most inviting way to get your team to share their feedback with one another. Anyway, retros require openness, honesty, trust, and the willingness to share critical feedback. They ask team members to share challenges with one another and do that often in a room of varied personalities and many different seniority levels. So it goes without saying that having a successful retro and setting it up correctly can be very tricky, a very tall ask. So here's my trick to doing so. If you want to change the way your retro works, change the space you're in. If you're in an office setting, leave the office. Go get coffee, go sit in a park. It doesn't really matter. Just change your space. When you do that, you'll find that the attitudes of your team members also change. The quieter folks may speak up more. The folks who are usually the loudest may sit back and listen better. And the office politics feel further away because they are literally, physically further away. This does work. If you have retros regularly, ask your team members to take turns determining the location of the retros. Of course, you can set guidelines around budget and distance from the office, but asking your team to get involved in choosing the location promotes a different level of energy and excitement around the retros so that your team is looking forward to them rather than thinking about them as postmortems. And you can do this as well for teams that are virtual. It is a little tougher, but it is possible. Think about asking your team members to move to a different location, a different room in their house than the one that they typically take calls in when you have your retro. Or have everyone order in lunch so that you can sit together and eat during the retro so that you've promoted more of a cafeteria or cafe feel. You could even choose themes for your retros if you want. Everyone wear a certain color or wear a certain thing. It doesn't matter. Get creative. What matters is that you are changing the space in some way. If you change the space, you change the attitudes of your team members, and you change the effectiveness of your retros. Go try this out, experiment, and tell me about the creative ways you've improved your retrospectives by improving your spaces.